up, YouTube? I know it's been a minute since I've made a video because most of the videos that you've seen lately have actually been videos that were shot a month ago, or some of the videos were from January of this year that I had pre-recorded and then forgot to upload. So now it is May 5th, 2019, Cinco de Mayo, the 5th of May. And this video is actually present. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about the self-care journey part 2. I did upload self-care journey part 1, which I shot back in March. And then also forgot to upload into towards the end of March, early April, my mistake. So some updates. Number 1, I've been at my job for 2 months now, and this job has a lot of amenities, resources, opportunities, and it's corporate, but it's like new age corporate, similar to the Google layout, where number 1, we don't have to dress up. Only certain teams have to dress up. And then even then, they still have casual Fridays where they get to dress down. Where in my team and the vast majority of where I work, people dress how they want to dress. Sometimes I'll put on some slacks and a nice blazer or a nice top, nice shirt, nice button up. And then sometimes I'm rocking jeans and a hoodie. So that's like one of the cool things. Also at my job, we have a gym, a full basketball court, yoga, Zumba instructors, a salon if you want to get your hair done, haircut, massage therapist. We have a doctor's office on site. We have a full cafeteria, a full store. We get unlimited pop, water, tea, coffee, apples, oranges, bananas, and then it's just a great place to work. A full 1-hour paid lunch. It's a great place to work. So I've been there for 2 months. Granted, my job has nothing to do with my education, with my degrees whatsoever, which is also kind of a negative in a sense, because it's like, damn, you go to college. I spent 6 years in college getting 4 degrees. I have my master's degree. I have $45,000 worth of student loan debt, and then I have a job that has nothing to do with any of my education. Also, another negative is it doesn't really pay what I should be getting paid with a master's degree, and also with years of experience. Like, should be basically making double what I'm making. And another negative is I have to drive 40 minutes to work every single day. 40 minutes to work, 40 minutes back, which my shift is 10 to 7, which is also kind of a negative because they give us the 1-hour lunch. They're like, oh, y'all can work an extra hour, when no, I would rather not have lunch and get out at 6 o'clock. I'm just gonna be honest, because I'm still struggling to, well, that'll be another part of this video. So those are some of the negatives, but there are a lot of pros. There's a lot of positives. Like I said, we get to wear what we want to wear. Firm 40 for the most part. That's another positive. That's another pro, is we typically only work 40-hour weeks. There are opportunities for overtime, but when they say overtime, it's like you get to work an extra hour or 2. You don't get to be there for unlimited hours throughout the week, because they're really big on firm 40, which I appreciate, because working in the nonprofit political world and working salary, I have seen where that's a ripoff. You end up working 50, 60 plus hours a week and you're not being paid for it because you're salary. I'd rather be hourly for that, because if I work overtime, that's time and a half. So I'm getting paid for the time that I'm spending here. So I do appreciate that, but I do appreciate the firm 40. So yeah. And I have health insurance, so that's a big pro, right? That's a big positive, right? So, and it's PPO, yay. Okay, so another update as far as my being transgendered, being transmasculine, my transitioning. I actually today, I'm going to my gender therapist in a couple of hours for my first therapy session for gender therapy, and my plans are to go to therapy, and then eventually, if not sooner than later, start HRT, hormone replacement therapy, which in my case, I would start taking testosterone T so I can begin medically transitioning. So, yeah, finally things are finally rolling in, things are finally getting better, getting on track, and it's been an uphill battle from hell. But it's been a well appreciated battle from hell, because a lot of times I personally feel you have to go through things to get through things, and it can either make you or break you. The choice is yours, the decision is yours. So I just decided, hey, let's use these lemons and make lemonade instead of bitching and moaning 24/7 about how things aren't going my way. So that's what I'm doing. Also, among this is my health issues. So I was going through a lot, like from my physical health with Graves' disease, hyperthyroidism, dumping syndrome from the gallbladder removal. Hence, and then even before all of that, I always had an issue with eating food. Like, I would either binge and overeat because I hadn't ate in a day or two, or I hadn't ate all day and then waited till night to eat, or I would struggle to get my calories in because I wouldn't have an appetite. And then I would also struggle because of the gallbladder and the dumping syndrome and the gastroenteritis and the IBS and all kinds of shit. I would not be able to digest my food properly, hence where I would just get extremely sick. Like, I would be bloated, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, vertigo, etc. Like, all of this would just happen, and then the ulcers, and it would just be... So I got to the point where I'd be like, I'm just not going to eat. Which then led to me losing 29 pounds in 6 weeks. And then being hospitalized twice. So I was like, yeah, I need to get my life together and really focus on me, hence the self-care journey. And now, this is watermelon. I eat tons of fruit and veggies now. I eat more fruits and veggies than I've had probably since I was a kid. I drink tons of water, H2O. I'm really upping my protein because I have a protein deficiency out of this world, because I haven't been getting proper nutrition and haven't been digesting properly, yada, yada, yada. So now I'm doing that. On the flip side, I'm enjoying the weight loss because, like, just being honest, I'm only 5'6", and I was 5'6", 205 pounds at the beginning of this year. Today, I'm 5'6", and I'm 176 pounds. So, you know what I mean? And I've been in the 170s since last month. So I'm just enjoying that aspect, but now I'm looking at it more so of, okay, I would probably want to lose another 6 to 16 pounds. So, like, being between 160 and 170 would be decent for me personally. But if I get down lower than that, but it's in a healthy, nutritional way, great, which is what I'm doing. So that's why I'm, like, really big on get your fruit, get your veggies, get your protein, keeping my macros at, moderate to high protein, moderate to low fats, moderate to low carb. That's kind of how I look at it. Some days I want more carbs than others. Some days I'm able to eat more. Some days I eat less. Like right now I haven't ate today and it's 1 o'clock. Which is the thing, when I'm at work, I actually eat breakfast and lunch. Might not eat dinner, where when I'm not at work, I can skip lunch. I can skip breakfast and lunch very easily. That's just how I am. I'm so used to not eating, and then I'm so used to not having an appetite so I have to really put reminders on my phone that are like reminders with a alarm, like, hey, time to eat. Like, I have to do that or I won't do it. So, like, I'm gonna eat some of this, you know. Matter of fact, let's do it. Great. Watermelon. I also eat almonds, low sodium. They're really good for your heart health. And 28 of these almonds is 6 grams of protein. So for people that are like, oh, you gotta eat meat, you don't necessarily have to eat meat, even though it is easier to eat meat to get your protein. Because like I said, you have to eat 28 nuts when you can just eat some chicken breast and be done. So I agree. But there are vegan, vegetarian options to get your protein. So that, and it takes me a long time to chew, which is another reason why I don't really care to eat, because to me it's more of it ends up turning into a workout. Like, I have to chew and chew and chew. I have to chew my food very finely, because if I don't, I really won't digest it. Like, I'll be sick. So it's a lot of work for me to eat. But anyways, so after that, the mental health issues that also came from the hyperthyroidism, Graves' disease, and then also because of the brutal situation that I was involved in coming into this year. It was just psychologically, mentally, physically draining. And I went through a severe depression, severe anxiety, which also coupled with the physical health issues just derailed me. I'm just now in May getting out of this. And now I know for sure you have to eat protein, because like protein also has a lot to do with your brain functioning, trust me. Woo! Has a lot to do with it. And then two, once I start hormone replacement therapy, I really want to get my protein in there, because like I'm going to the gym now again. Like, mind you, I didn't go to the gym and I lost 29 pounds in 6 weeks, which is another thing with me having hyperthyroidism, Graves' disease. My metabolism is all the way up here, hence why I can lose weight at the drop of a hat, where other people have to seriously cut back on food, really watch what they eat, have to go to the gym, Me, I don't do anything. I can still be eating Burger King and lose weight. You know what I mean? And I used to do that all the time. I haven't been to a fast food restaurant in 2 months, over 2 months. And like 2 months in a week, 2 months and a half. And there's moments where I think, damn, you know, some French fries would be good, but I just don't do it. I'd rather just get some fruit, get some veggies, get some nuts, get some water, something else, some tea, because I don't want the unnecessary fat, the unnecessary grease, because I don't digest it properly anyways. It just makes me sick. So to avoid all of that, I just don't eat it. But I want to get my protein up there and my macronutrients, basically. I want to get that up there because when I start T and I'm at the gym, I want to build muscle, because I lost a shit ton of muscle. So that's another thing. Like, I lost 29 pounds, but I probably lost like 5 to 10 pounds of muscle. So I'm like very weak. So that's why I'm like, yeah, you got to get your protein in then. And then two, I'm trying to be cock diesel out here, okay? And then because I'm losing weight too, like one of my goals is to get a 6-pack. So I'm excited about that, but I'm losing the weight and doing it, so getting ready for that. But there will be more updates basically on my transgender, transmasculine transitioning on the GL Fucks page, because that page is specifically tailored to my journey being a transmasculine individual. As far as videos go, I'm back, baby. I'm back to making videos. Shout out to my friend Danny, our channel, Ask a Millennial Music Lovers Anonymous. We reached 100 subscribers on there. We do music reviews, music reactions with hella commentary, and of course, yes, we're smoking trees. we're smoking weed, and we're having fun over there. So if you are into that, check us out there. I'm gonna use my drone this year. I have a whole drone that I bought last year in January of 2018 and never used it. I did the unboxing and then proceeded not to use it. So guess what? We're gonna be droning it up this year, okay? Shout out to my homie Darrell Brown Boy Productions. Got to kick it with him yesterday. Really cool guy. He's doing a lot of work in the media, video production work. Shout out to him. But there's going to be more videos. I'm also going to be, I'm not going to say remodeling, but doing a different setup for my office, because one of my goals is to also get into podcasting and doing my own kind of like political, social commentary. I want to do some mukbangs, but when I do mukbangs, those of you who've seen my mukbangs know, I can't eat a lot in one setting. I get extremely full very quickly, and I'm not going to be eating like Burger King, McDonald's, and shit like that. So it's going to be kind of like, oh, we're having a fruit mukbang or something healthy or something somewhat, you know, in the middle, and then like some commentary. So stay tuned. I'm back. I'm getting my shit together. Stay tuned. I'm on the grind. I've been paying my bills off, right? Because I didn't have a job. So after the election, the midterm elections 2018, didn't have a job or whatever, which I wasn't really tripping about, because like I have other sources of income, and I help run the business with my family's business, and then also I save a lot of money. I don't have kids. That's the best way to put it. I don't have children. I don't have a significant other. So I've always been able to save a shit ton of money because it's literally just me. And then also I'm just very low maintenance. So it's just very easy to take care of me. So I basically didn't work from November 9th to March 4th, which was a blessing because I was so sick. I wouldn't have been able to work anyways. I was going to the hospital. I was in the ER twice. Okay, like shit was bad. So it wouldn't have made much sense. And I still ended up having to go to the ER 2 more times while working because because my levels had spiked and got out of control, thyroid storm, etc. So like, and then dealing with the mental fatigue and the brain fog and the depression from the horrible situation that I got out of, which I'm going to talk more about because I've really been I've been super quiet about a lot of things. But now I'm like, I can express what I've been through and what I did that put me in this situation too. So I'm learning and I'm moving forward. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. Getting back out here. More videos coming. Medically transitioning. Yeah, so that's just, some of the self-care journey updates. Subscribe. I'm also going to be doing a lot more videos on marijuana, a lot more videos on THC and CBD and the culture, as well as the political, social, financial side of it and historical side of it, because that's another business that I invested in. I don't talk about it, but I have multiple sources of income. Let's just put it that way, okay? And that's just how I am, right? My grandparents taught me a long time ago. Be about your business. Always be about your business. And that's how I've always been. Hence why, and this isn't me knock on wood, but this isn't me boasting, but hence why I have 4 degrees at 26, okay? I've always been about my fucking business. A little too much though, to the point where I was always tired and drained out because I was always focused on getting from point A to point B. Now I'm focusing more so on live in the present, be happy, take a breather, breathe in, breathe out, be present. And that's what I'm doing. And that's what I encourage other people to do, because life is way more than money. Money doesn't buy happiness, and I can honestly say that from my own personal experiences. It doesn't buy happiness at all. And I'm not bragging, but I have money. I grew up in a upper middle class family. So I recognize my privileges. And I also recognize my disadvantages as well. But I do have privileges, and I am privileged. So, but coming from that, I'm able to look at it and be like, damn, you know, money really doesn't buy happiness. Money allows you to take care of bills and responsibilities because we live in a capitalist society and we live in a classist society. But at the same time, you paying your bills and then being physically healthy or mentally healthy or happy is a whole nother gamut, right? Because I pay bills, I save money, I give back, but I was extremely miserable for 26 years. So I just want to throw that out there, right? But anyways, onward and upward. Subscribe, I'm back.